I'm going to run one more time. Now when I pick it up, we should have the coin disappear and we'll see the 3. So let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Just to make things a little bit easier, I'm going to deactivate the floor blade here. Actually, let's just get rid of it. I don't need it. And then I'll go ahead and create a new area 2D. I've got to figure out what item I want. I do have some coins here, so I'm just going to use those. Now we have 3 different types. We have silver, gold, and bronze. I'm just going to go with the gold. So that means I need to add a sprite 2D. There is no animation for this. If we do want animated, go ahead and make sure to add the animated sprite 2D. Whoop, I added the wrong one. I wanted a collision shape 2D. Helps if you spell it right. And I'm going to add my sprite before I set my collision shape, just so I can get the sizes right. So we'll go ahead, we'll zoom in, come down to the coin shape. This is a circle. Come down to transform, scale. Oh, there. I'm going to rename this. And for now, I'm just going to call it coin. I'll save it in my scenes. Later on, we could use the exact same one to just swap out the texture that we have, include the bronze and the silver. We'll look at that later though. So I need a script here. Again, I'll call it coin. I'm going to save it in my scripts folder. And let's not hit cancel. All right, I'll make this a little bit bigger. I don't need anything on the ready that I can think of or the process. I'm just going to get rid of those. And the one thing I definitely need is to export a variable for the value of this coin. And I'm just going to call this value. It's going to be of type int, and I will start this off at a value of 1. So once I have this done, what I want to do is come into the node, make sure we have the coin itself selected. And when our player touches it, I want to make sure that we're going to update a GUI, but we don't have the GUI done yet. So we'll just put it out in the output down here. So if we remember, our player is body entered. He does have a body, and we'll put it into this script. I'm going to hit connect. And before I fill this function out, I'm going to come back into my inspector, open up the collision levels, and we had set it up before. So we want this to be on the items level, which for us, oh, we don't have an items level. That's fine. I'm going to make it 4. So I'll just go ahead, open this up, edit. And I'll do items. I guess we'll just do singular since the rest are singular. I'll close this off. And now we can take a look and say, okay, look, we're on item. Don't want to also be on 1. And I only want to interact with the player. Now, there are other ways to do this through groups. For this series, I'm going to focus a lot just on working with layers. Okay, so that's set up. I want to come back into node, and then body entered we have. All I'm going to do is just print out the value that we're getting. So I'll save it off. We'll come back into our main scene. We have to go to the 2D view. I'm going to instance a couple coins here. So I'm going to grab a coin, and just like we did with the enemies and the geometry, I am going to make a new node up here. Just a basic node, and I'm going to call this one coins. Depends on your game. You might just have one that's called items, and you can stick all your items under there. Maybe you've got a lot of coins in your scene, so you'll want a separate folder just for the coins. I'm not going to have a lot in this one, so I'll just call it items. And I'm going to take that coin and drag and drop it in here. So we'll zoom out, or better yet, hit the F to find that coin. I'm not seeing it. Did I not save it? Coin, it's right here. Back into main. What did I do wrong? I'm going to stop it. Delete coin. Yep. Let's add it back in. I'm going to instance coin. There we go. Not sure I did wrong, but we got it the second time. And I have to move it. So I'll make sure that I have it selected. I'll hit W. And I'm just going to put 3 of them right in front of me. So I'll just duplicate that. Move it over, duplicate again, move it over. I'm going to save it. And since this is a gold coin, I'm going to change all three of their values to 3. I'll save this one off. Let's go ahead and run it. And now when I hit the coins, I should get my little message out here, provided I've got everything set up right. So I'll come in and there we go. We're getting the message that we're hitting the coins, but now we need to get the coins to disappear. That's pretty easy. That's one line of code. We're going to come in. I guess I could have stayed in the main scene. We just have to come to the script. And anytime we want to remove something from our scene, and we also want to make sure that we remove it from memory and free up all the resources, we use the command Q free. It essentially deletes it. And I'm going to run one more time. Now when I pick it up, we should have the coin disappear and we'll see the 3. So let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3. There we go. We now have the basis for being able to pick up items. So in the next video, we're going to take a look at something called a singleton, or as they call it in Godot, an autoload. And what this does is it allows us to create a global object that's going to hold all the information, and it exists between levels. So as you zone from one level to the next, we can keep track of what we have there. But until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.